Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. This is my weekly show where you see what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So a few projects got finished this week, lots of stuff got assembled, and I got some more stuff in the great studio cleanup to throw up on eBay, and hopefully rehome, because it's not going to get used again, and stuff has to go. We gotta start cleaning this place up. So let's see what I got done and what is coming up. It's only 5 models painted this week, but I wanted to get some things done, and I painted up some stuff for a new project. First things first, I painted up 2 old Gribblies from Sedition Wars. I'd lost these, actually. They're from my Sedition Wars board game. It was a board game Mike McVeigh made in the early aughts. And Jay happened to have a bag of them, because of course Jay and our miniature collections are very similar, and when it comes to zombies, we have many. So I painted these 2 zombies up from Sedition Wars to use as like emerging alien mutants in Majestic 13. And then when I actually started playing, realized that most of the aliens are on 40 to 60 mil bases. It didn't matter, so I didn't actually end up using them. But I got some cool alien space zombies. They're kind of fun. And then this had been sitting base coated but not painted for a minute, and it spurred me on to change things up a little bit and work on something different. I painted up my new Siocast Oyaroi and his 2 crazy koalas. Now I have an old Oyaroi who I'm going to paint up as well, because if one's good, 2's better. And this is done in the same way that I did all of my my JSA. They were airbrushed with Vallejo dark gray over a black primer. And then I went through with scale 75 black metal, a bit of Viking gold, and some hull red, all from Vallejo for the base coats, washed with some Nuln Oil gloss, and then went back through and highlighted everything. Now this is standard, Sterling Battlemire, the texture paint from Games Workshop, and I washed in some Doom Bowl brown in the middle, and then dry brushed Ulthuan gray, and then a little bit of white to the edges. So it looks like you can see there's like a shadow between the legs, basically. All of my JSA were previously painted like this. I highlighted the gold with a bit of like just shining gold, and then I used a P3, no, not P3. It's another Vallejo. I don't remember the name of the blue. It's like electric blue or something turquoise mixed with white for those highlights. And then a little bit of that same Vallejo dark gray mixed with some Stormcloak, which is an army painter paint, for the highlights on the black. And that's it, all done. Great miniature, painted on a couple little like details, like some rising sun sort of like details on the arms. Just for the JSA theme, and then painted some more crazy koalas. I really wanted to paint the new crazy koalas because obviously they are just awesome. Like, they look like the bears from the original Thundercats TV show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Look at the Robo Burbles. They're a thing. And these things look like they scream at you like you're Peter Weller in Screamers, and then come and hug you and explode. So I'm very happy with these. I actually dug out my Hulang Shock Troop to grab 2 more new ones, so I could do new ones for the old Oyaroi too. So just 5 models painted this week, but then I went and base coated and grabbed and kind of dusted off all the stuff that I'm working on for the rest of this. So another Oyaroi, the old metal one. I feel like that's a good, that way I have 2 different ones, you know what I mean? I can do the new crazy koalas for both. They're pretty good next to each other. Like, the details are real similar, just the way that they're kind of like equipped and armed, the way their shoulder pads and stuff work. Like, you can see they kept the old design a little bit, enough that these are going to look good next to each other. They're not going to look too far off, I don't think. I'm excited to paint up this other one in the same color scheme. I think this will actually go way faster just because of the details. And then I went through and I was like, what have I not painted for this faction? Well, I haven't painted a Chain of Command Kempotai, so I'm going to paint that with the boarding shotgun. I need to paint the Engineer. I need to paint you because you can be anybody. You're the Spec Ops. So you can be anybody I want. It's just a great to have a proxy piece like that. Or I could just use it as a Sectet in certain missions as well. The Missile Launcher I don't think I'm going to paint, but I really do need to paint the Engineer. This guy needs to get painted. I'm going to run 2 Oyarois. Having a Toketsu Engineer is pretty important. I built my new Shinobu, who hadn't been built yet, who's a great miniature, and I decided to put her with the hat on, and I dug out my Musashi. I think I showed these last week, actually, my Musashi and my Kuroshi Rider, but I don't think they're my initial lists. So I think the order of importance, I'm going to paint the second Oyaroi, I'm going to paint these guys, the Engineer, the Kempotai, because having that's going to be important in that list, just to get like a few more things done. And then write a list for JSA. So coming up, I got my hands, thanks so much to CB for the care package, on the new arm bots for Pan-Oceania. Now, I'm torn with these, because I do like, they're doing a bunch of Neoterra stuff, but I already have these painted for Neoterra. I'll probably end up painting them in my military orders color scheme, just to like match them to my newer stuff. my military / winter for, because it's all based differently. But my Neoterra and my Varuna are based like separately from these guys. It's a pain. So my old ones will be for my old armies, I guess, and the new ones will be for the new armies. And then I also got my hands on the new observant stuff, which I'm so stuck. I'm so flighty. Like, I want to paint the observant stuff so bad, but I've been painting so many nomads this season that the JSA were like a nice break for me. So maybe, I don't know, maybe if I can get these JS, like, I'm very close to having all the JSA painted. So if I just get that done, I won't be able to like go any further down that wormhole, and I'll actually start working on other stuff. And I built Maximus and the Cascuda from the new cool pre-order box. They're cool bases. We saw from Coney the updates on what armies these will play for, and Maximus is a big surprise. He's going to go in the operations subsection, so he's getting painted real soon, because that's one of my current season armies. But he also goes with Varuna. He goes with Winter 4 and Vanilla Pano, as well as Vanilla Aleph. So like, this dude's getting around, so I'm excited to paint his 71-point murder machine body. And then this dude goes with, the Cascuda right now is going to go with Vanilla Combine and also Onyx, and I have an Onyx army. So I'm going to match him to my Onyx army and have this badass looking Cascuda. As I was also like excited with the Aleph stuff, I built the new Phoenix, and then I've also got this more expansion pack with the cool dinos. I want to do the dino expansion, but I feel like I should do the topical stuff first, like the Cascuda, to try it out, and Maximus, because you guys are probably going to want to see it. It's a big Infinity week here, lots of sci-fi. I always use this as a palette cleanser between big projects, and of course last week I finished off my last war project. I was doing grungy stuff, so doing some nice clean painting made me happy. And so let's take a look at what's going up onto the interwebs for sale this week. I have all these random AOS units I'm never going to make an army for. So I decided these needed to go and get off the shelf. I've got a unit of Gut Rippas that are all painted up, and a Shaman. I used them a couple times in Warcry, but they're like, the rest of it's not getting done. So they're going on, as well as this Trog Boss, who I used for that solo play Warcry thing. He hung out in my army with my ogres a couple times, but he's not getting used again either. I have a unit of Bloodstalkers, I believe they are, the bow ladies for the whatchamacallit, the Disciples of Cain? No, Daughters of Cain. And that's kind of the AOS stuff that was just odds and ends, where I was like, why do I still have any of this? This needs to go. Someone can definitely find a use for these. So they're up right now. I'm also getting rid of my Frostgrave Warband. Not my original OG Frostgrave Warband that I played with Owen, but my middle one that I painted during the pandemic. It's a full range, like, it's Frostgrave with all the options. You got a Wizard, you got an Apprentice, you got a couple Barbarians, you got a Knight, you got a Templar, you got a Archer, Treasure Hunter, a couple Infantrymen, a couple Men-at-Arms, a Zombie, because my guy's a Necromancer, so you have a Zombie if you want to raise them, and then a bunch of just, like, Thugs in the back there. So tons of options, lots of stuff to, like, start off with, and yeah, it's all built from the current North Star plastics. And then finally, a heavy Assault Star from the Great F Legion. I kind of want to keep most of my Great F Legion, but this one like just didn't fit. I got two really nice printed atlases that I printed out. A Timberwolf and I believe it's a Gladiator. So just like a heavy Assault Star. I have way too many Great F Legion models painted for it to even be a reinforced company. I figured I would trim it down. So a couple of Catalyst models, a couple of printed models, and they'll also be up right now. So you got another week, another 5 models painted, but lots of projects on the go. Just trying to like keep my sanity with my painting projects, as well as continue cleaning this stuff up. I'm gonna let you guys know what's going on with the studio first week of August. You guys will get the big like what's actually happening here, but until then I'm gonna just keep pounding stuff out. I was blown away by the response to all of the stuff I put up last week. Everybody seemed to want to get one of the Night Titans from Legio Metallum. I'm thinking after this week I'm gonna get rid of another full army. I can't decide if it's going to be my Death Watch or my Space Wolves. One of those two. Tell me in the comments which one, if you guys would be interested in getting your hands on it. I'll probably keep like a unit or two from the Death Watch just so I can have a kill team of them, but the rest of it's going to go in. It's like lots of planes and Forge World and nicely painted stuff. So Watchmaster Mormont may be off to have another final watch somewhere else. So there it is. Big thanks for watching. We'll see you for more on the paint table next week. Till then, I'm Ash. Have a great night. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continue to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements, like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.